YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another video, and in today's video we're here to discuss the game that we just finished watching between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers, the divisional round, the first divisional round game of the NFC playoffs. And man, did it start off to be a good one? It started off like it was going to be a good one, man. It started off like it was going to be a good one. I haven't recording this video at the 2-minute warning because I wanted to get this video up before the Ravens game started, so I can go down there, watch that game, then come up, record my post-game thoughts about that game. So it's a lot, but bear with me, and let's talk about this game. Now, game started off, Vikings get the ball first, 3-and-out, right? Okay. 49ers get the ball, they come down, score first. Kirk was like, I'm still riding high off my victory from last week versus the Saints. Come down, 3rd and 2. Deep ball, floater. What he's great at, he's great at the bootlegs and the deep balls. Floater, Stephon Diggs, give me that. Touchdown. And quite frankly, that play, I don't know if it was just me, but Chris Collins, got a little stain right there. I just had some tacos, but Chris Collinsworth said it himself. Before he said it, I said it though. Not saying that take any credit, but I'm just saying this. I said it before he said it. That play looks similar to the Minneapolis Miracle play. I had to get that out. I was struggling to get that out, but it looks similar to that play because Diggs he caught the ball and then he somewhat like tripped. I want to say tripped on air, and then he got up, he regained his balance and scored. So the game started off a good game. It started off a good game, and then, like my boy Orion like to say from the Northwest Sports Fanatics, my man Orion and Marcus, my man Orion like to say, he likes to say, ring, ring, ring. Hello, Uncle Mo. Oh, what's up, Uncle Mo? Uncle Mo called. Uncle Momentum called, and it shifted dramatically from the Vikings after the interception from Michael Kendricks to the San Francisco 49ers. So it was 7-7. Things started looking good for the Minnesota Vikings. They're like, I'm like, okay, I'm sitting back. Man, this is gonna be a good one, like I thought, because it was just like the first quarter was just getting underway, and it was 7-7. I'm like, man, this is gonna be high scoring. It shocked me in a way. Then the 49ers defense said no. Their defense said no. They showed us time and time again why they were I want to say, at least top 3. For sure top 3. I don't know the exact number, but for sure top 3 defense in the league. They showed us why that front 7 is just nasty. And then on the back end, you got Richard Sherman leading that secondary. He got him a pick today. Which you can somewhat blame that on Kirk Cousins, but then I blame that on Adam Thielen, because Adam Thielen, he ran a little curl. He said curl and just sat there, which you're supposed to do. But if you feel, when you're supposed to have that knowledge as a wide receiver, if you feel someone on your hip, why not come back towards the ball? Why just sit there? Wait for the ball to come to you where the corner could just easily jump the route, which in that case Richard Sherman did. So I blame that play on Adam Thielen, because you're supposed to run back to the ball. If you're not gonna catch it, at least break it up, because you caused the pick, gave them great field position, then they later scored. No matter if it was 3 or 6, but it was 3. But I'm just saying they scored. And Jimmy G. I want to talk about Jimmy G. He threw a pick this game, right? He threw a pick this game to Michael Kendricks. Michael Kendricks on that play, he did not bite for the bootleg at all. He played his zone, and he just sat there and picked it off. It was a bootleg. He didn't bite for it. Just sat there, played his soft zone, picked it off. But Jimmy G, I want to say about Jimmy Garoppolo, he took the Ryan Tannehill persona this game. And what I mean by that is, you seen last week where I think Ryan Tannehill only threw the ball for 15 times that game. Either 15 times or he threw the ball for 15 yards. I think it's one of them. But he took somewhat of that role because he rarely threw it. He rarely threw it. And he managed to put up 27 points this game. 27 points. And he barely threw it. The 49ers have a serious dominant backfield and Tevin Coleman, Raheem Mostert, Matt Breida. That three-headed monster is nasty, man. It's nasty. You got Raheem Mostert making plays on special teams too, causing a fumble. Well, the kick returner muffed it, but Raheem Mostert covered it. But three-headed monster. So that's what every NFL team needs to do. It takes less pressure off your quarterback when he knows he has a offensive line that's going to create holes for his running backs to where he can just every time outside zone, stretch, inside zone. We run between the top. When a quarterback knows that the running game is his best friend, that's when he's at his best. That's when he's at his dominance. Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like to you guys? That sounds like the person on the other side line. That sounds like the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, the men in purple. That sounds like their lead dog, Kirk Cousins. We all seen it. When Kirk Cousins has I don't want to say great run game, but at least a decent or efficient run game, I should say, that's when he's at his best. That's when he's at his best. And that was not the case today. Dalvin Cook, late third quarter, was held to 7 rushes for 14 yards. 14 yards. And this is coming from a Redskins fan, from knowing all the pain that Kirk Cousins caused. When Kirk Cousins has to do everything by himself, he becomes overwhelmed. And that's when he throws interceptions and folds like a little girl and doesn't know how to put the team on his shoulders and win the game. I mean, I guess you could say he did that last week versus in overtime, but without the running game last week, would he really been in overtime? Answer that question for me. No, he wouldn't have. So, like I told you guys, for me being a Redskins fan, watching Kirk Cousins cost my team ups and downs, and the downs really being bad, like, why'd you do that, Kirk Cousins? I know what Kirk Cousins is capable of. And today, his team didn't help him. And I'm specifically talking to that offensive line and that running game. The defense tried everything they could have. But then when Kyle Shanahan found out that he had them on their toes, he started to run the ball. Literally, excuse me. I want to say this is their second drive in the third quarter. They literally ran the ball on the whole possession. The whole entire possession. They ran the ball on the whole possession and got a touchdown. They literally ran the same exact outside zone run from left to right, and they were gashing their defense. They were gashing the Vikings defense. So, I mean, the Vikings defense did what they could, but you knew at some point they were going to get tired. They were going to get tired and eventually give up big runs, which they did. And then on the offensive side of the ball for the Minnesota Vikings, Kirk can't do it by himself. He looks for Dalvin Cook and their other running back to have his back. Anytime they realize that Kirk Cousins can't pick it up through with his arm, they look for him to hand off the ball, and he looks for Dalvin Cook to break one loose. That gives him the confidence that he knows he can deliver the ball with strikes. He can deliver a deep ball. He can deliver something short across the middle. He can deliver something to his running back. that gives him the confidence. But then when he doesn't have that run game and he knows that he has to do it by himself, that's when he becomes overwhelmed. And he throws interceptions. You can just see on Kirk Cousins' face, he was overwhelmed today because he didn't have his run game. And that's just not the kind of quarterback that he is. Sorry to tell you, that's just not the quarterback that he is. But I'm gonna get out of here, get ready for this Ravens game. But before I leave, I just want to give the game ball. I don't have one person to give the game ball to today, but I'm gonna give it to their whole defense. Man. Secondary to the front seven, dominated. You've seen what Dalvin Cook did this whole season when healthy to every team they played. He gashed them. I think he had 142 yards, 182 yards. No. I think it was 142 yards. I want to say, I'm not really sure, but he had a very great game on the ground last week. And you know the 49ers saying, "Give me that. Where you think you going? You ain't getting no first down. Better stay your ass in the backfield." That's what he said. You know. So the Super Bowl is already confirmed, man. I just don't see Seattle going back to 49ers next week or Green Bay coming to San Francisco next week and beating them. I just don't see it happening. So 49ers advance to the Super Bowl, man. And shout out to that defense. That defense is ferocious. Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, it's your boy Juan Gotti here with NFL news like I told you I would be. Also, subscribe if you're a Redskins fan for all Redskins news. Hail to the Redskins, hail to the Wizards, all DC sports, but hail to them Skins, baby. It's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe for all NFL news and Redskins news. And peace. Time to go watch this Ravens game, and I'll be back later for my post-game thoughts on them. Peace.